Helps if I hit the right fucking button. Alright, peeps. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I stopped the stream and I started the stream all over again. So I'm gonna give it a chance to catch up real quick. But me and Murder had a full week this week, and so we came up with a couple of things that I think would pique some people's interests. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Model S Tesla. And going back to last year, a group of researchers at Tencent Keen Labs actually took control of the Tesla Model S car using the Wi-Fi and the 3G radio.
Now, just to clarify for some people, you know, it's how some people are. They're like all picky. There are two different models of the S-Type.
Yes, there is.
But I'm not sure if it specified which model.
It only specified the Model S. It did not specify either or. It just specified just the Model S.
Okay. Yeah.
So they generalized it.
I just wanted to clarify. We do know there are two different models. Some people may be like, oh, well, which one?
Well, I don't think it would matter, being that they did go through the Wi-Fi and the 3G radio, which both models do have.
Yeah, they both carry.
Yep, and so this happened back in 2016 at the Black Hat. Black Hat is Comic-Con for hackers. And this year, the team did it again. Even after they sent their findings to Tesla, and Tesla within 10 days had a patch, a firmware update. They had everything, they just did everything they could to update it, beefed up the security and all that. 3 hours later, this same group hacked the car again. Got past their codes, got past their security system that they put into place. So go ahead.
I was going to say, to be fair, from the hacker side, if they submit an issue they found to any company, you know, say Tesla, because that's what we're talking about, and then that company comes back and says, okay, we've patched it, that's just a challenge to hackers. Like, oh, did you? Let's see if you did.
Yeah. And this group here, they don't do malicious hacking. They do, I believe they call it white hat hacking.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken,
is non-malicious.
Yeah, non-malicious. So I mean, they went in, they found all these problems, and they fixed these problems, or not fixed them, but they brought these up to light. Okay, this is what's wrong. Let's get this fixed, because ultimately, if somebody can hack the car just through the 3G radio or the onboard Wi-Fi, they have control of that vehicle. They have control of your life in their hands while you are driving down the road. That in itself, that is, okay, let me put my tinfoil hat on. See, look. I need to go build one of those. But as you go further and further along, you know, it's these cars are supposed to be getting smarter and smarter and smarter, but yet it's not making it any more difficult for somebody to go in and do something either malicious or even non-malicious. It doesn't matter. They could be pulling a prank and still it bypasses the security of a vehicle that you're supposed to feel safe in. And you can't do that. You can't feel safe in that vehicle if all they can do is just go in there and they can bypass anything put into place and take control of your vehicle while you're driving down the road, and all of a sudden they just hit your brakes for you. Well, there it goes. 10-car pileup on the interstate. I honestly, I just don't, I don't see how there could be a good spin put on that. as far as hacking goes on a smart car. But in the same sense of, I would say from the hacker side of this, the people who had done this at Tencent Ken Labs, they did it to show the vulnerabilities, so there was no maliciousness involved. So I think that's a good thing.
Now, a lot of companies will
pay people to do this.
Will pay you if you find a flaw in their software.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much like if you find some hack or glitch with Photoshop. I don't think they'd care too much if it was like, oh, I can do things I'm not supposed to. Security type things. Companies will pay if you can find a compromise in their security.
Yeah. Now, the company stated that they use JavaScript to bypass all of this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they use JavaScript. And we all know that JavaScript is one of the oldest languages, but is a little bit more tedious when you're putting it out there because of all the different calls that you have to make. So,
as far as the security community goes, Java's already got a bad name because it's
that's true too.
Easy to hack.
Well, and that's the thing though. They used JavaScript to do it though. That's the thing. They bypassed the top privileges of the root level. They also attacked the out-of-date kernel, okay, and bypassed the firmware integrity checks, and then installed their own firmware on the gateway system, they said, using JavaScript. Oh, I see what you're saying, Searchy. If anybody doesn't know, Searchy is a software engineer, by the way. So she kind of knows all this stuff, and she's smarter than I am.
Does she wear a hard hat while she's softwaring?
Yes, she does wear a hard hat when she's softwaring.
All engineers wear hard hats.
Yeah, I know. So, in regards, Tesla said, okay, fine, we're going to fix this. They fix it, and like I said, the guys come back and they just go right back into it, and they took over the car. They said it took a little bit longer, it was a little bit harder, but they did get it done.
Which is the main problem. The fact that they could do it again means it was, I don't know, in my opinion, a good software company, whether you're a car company or not, you have software in your car that has this kind of issue. A good software patch not only fixes what's been reported, but tries to look for further problems on their own before saying, okay, we're done.
Yeah, exactly. Now, according to at Black Hat, okay, at Black Hat, these guys go out there, they do all this stuff just to show what they can do. Now, the team said, and this is their words, not mine, they said that they had told the audience that as soon as Tesla rolled out the new kernel, they found a 0-day vulnerability that allowed them to completely bypass the new code sign-in mechanisms. As soon as it dropped. So it didn't take them long to get past that again. Even though Tesla put a lot into securing their systems. These guys just went in, took care of it, and did it, and was done. Now, it says here, in the demonstration, the team showed how they were able to use an app to open the doors, trunks of 2 of the vehicles. So 2 Type S vehicles they use this on. They even demonstrated how they could engage the brakes while the car is in motion, with the Tesla stopping just short of 2 of the researchers. So the researchers actually stood in front of the vehicle using this app and stopped the car right in front of them. Now, they said that hacking should be fun. So for them, They took that Tesla vehicle and they synchronized the lights of the vehicle, all of the lights of the vehicle, to music from the vehicle, using the flashing patterns, which all over the vehicle, you know, strobing off here and there as the music's going. That in itself, also they say here they use the gull wing doors to open and bob up and down with the music. I'm sorry, but if somebody could just do that with an app that they built on their phone, I ain't buying that vehicle.
I'm still over here laughing.
Why is that?
I like the fact that they use the word kernel in computer programming.
Yeah.
Every time I hear it, I think of chicken.
When I hear kernel, all I can think of is the fucking popcorn kernels that the kids leave out in the living room, and I end up stepping on the damn thing, and I'll start cussing.
Yeah, even in school, I hear the word. You know, one of the teachers or somebody uses the word kernel for, you know, an operating system or something, and first thing pops in my head's KFC. I'm like, That's the fat guy in me.
Yeah, I know, right? Feel like chicken tonight. So, all in all, smart cars really are only as smart as the software that's put into these things. And the people who build it. But once they start putting AIs into these cars that they're talking about doing, just like the Facebook AI who started creating his own language before they shut him down, you know, what are you looking for?
Well, they already have the auto drive or autopilot feature in the Teslas.
Yeah, but that's using sensors and things of the sort. That's not using any kind of real AI.
Oh yeah, I don't think they could actually build any kind of AI that would drive it for you. It'd have to be done with sensors.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody's got any questions or anything of the sort, go ahead, put them in chat real quick. If not, we are going to move on to our next talk, which will involve a short video as well. Original.
You said if anybody had any questions.
Yeah, I know. Well, I answered it, didn't I?
I prefer original too.
See, she likes grilled.
I do like the grilled.
I really, the only thing I've had from them that was grilled, the chicken actually didn't get cooked all the way through. It had a big raw spot in the middle of it. It was a pretty thick piece too. I mean, it wasn't like it was skimpy. It was a pretty big, thick piece of chicken breast, and about a third of it was raw. When I bit down into it, you know, it just, yeah.
I think they replaced it with the grilled. I don't think they serve it anymore. But my favorite was the rotisserie that they used to do.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
That was my mom, when she still worked there. They had only had it for a little while, but yeah, that was my favorite. Rotisserie was awesome.
Nice.
Anyway, enough about food.
Yeah, enough about food, people. Man, how could you bring up food like this? Us fat guys have got to eat. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about, and if anybody doesn't know what a VPN, it's a virtual private network. It's a connection between you and somebody else that nobody else can get into, or supposedly cannot get into. The next thing we're going to talk about is how countries are putting a ban on VPNs because they want to control everything that has to do with internet. This happens to be Russia, but I'm going to play a little video for you guys that is about VPNs. So shouldn't be too long. Oh, seriously. allow it.
Chrome, huh?
Yeah, I have it shut off so it doesn't autoplay shit.
Yeah, mine does it too.
Okay, can play now.
A virtual private network, or VPN, is a secure connection between your device and another computer over the internet.
Usually when we go online, our device is connected directly to the wider internet through our internet service provider, but a VPN funnels our online activity through another computer, which can mask who we are and what we're doing. While VPNs can be used for mundane things such as accessing private work systems while you're away from the office, they can also be used to bypass government censorship by funneling your activity through a computer in a different country. For the same reason, VPN services are often used to bypass the location blocking on many movie streaming websites, meaning you can watch films that aren't usually available in your country. Some movie streaming websites block known VPN servers from accessing their content, but new ones pop up all the time and people can find other ways around content blocking.
Okay, so as you guys seen, it's a pretty straightforward type of thing. It's not one of those fantastic things. It is straightforward and just does its job.
Or, I didn't tell y'all this, but if you're at school and your school blocks stuff like Facebook, use a VPN.
Yeah, I'm glad the kids aren't listening.
I didn't tell you that. I told my kids that a long time ago.
Yeah.
When they brought these Chromebooks home and they're like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. I'm like, really? Check this out.
Yeah, I had issues with a son who decided he wanted to do things he wasn't supposed to with the Chromebook. So we handled that. Now, we're going to talk about Vladimir Putin, who has banned virtual private networks and any app that allows access to websites that are prohibited in Russia. China does the exact same thing. North Korea just basically blocks any kind of internet outside of what they want you to see anyway. I think every country outside of the United States does do this to an extent. But VPNs do stop that from happening to an extent as well. Now, Putin has signed a law, and that as of November 1st, VPNs will be banned. Meaning that anybody who uses a VPN will be prosecuted to the full extent by Russian law. Now,
I wonder how they do it if a U.S. citizen goes over there and uses a VPN to access the internet.
Well, they're not
a Russian citizen.
No, they're not. Oh, excuse me. Sneeze attack. But anyway, if a Russian citizen, or excuse me, if a United States citizen is using the VPN to access, say, their work, I think that there should be, or there will be some kind of what do they call that? A stipulation that, if you're a United States citizen and you're doing your work while you're in Russia and you have to have your company requires a VPN to go from point A to point B within their systems because you're working remotely, I think they might add some kind of a stipulation that it would allow that. Now, Roger brings up law of the land. Law of the land does 99.9% of the time outweigh any company policy. Now, the law that was signed by Putin is meant to only block access to unlawful content and not target law-abiding web users.
Oh, no Russian boobies?
Yeah, no more Russian boobies.
damn it, we have to stick to the slow ones now.
Yeah, I know, the slow movies. We have to watch slow movies, like Baywatch movies.
What I'm
Slow
betting,
movies.
my guess here is for companies that need access to work-related stuff outside of the country, U.S. companies that have places over there, whatever. I'm betting the government's going to charge these companies money to access it. It's forbidden for everybody else unless you pay a bunch of money
for it. Yeah. Now he did state that it's only to block access to unlawful content, but they're the ones that dictate what is unlawful content.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could go watch Bugs Bunny cartoons, and they can say, "Oh, that's unlawful," and it's because they said so. Now they did say, or Putin did say that he's not trying to target law-abiding web users. He's only stating that unlawful content will be blocked, and VPNs are being banned because of the unlawful content being accessed by people who aren't supposed to be accessing it, obviously. Now, there is a second law that will ban anonymous use of online messaging services as well. That's part of that whole banning of the VPN. They're also going to be banning online messaging services that you could do anonymously. And that starts on January 1st of next year. Now, it's said that this is going to make it easier for the Russian state, the USSR, whatever they want to be called, to snoop on the citizens and their browsing habits at any point in time that they want to. That means 24/7 monitoring of every single person in their country.
Well, the U.S. does that already.
Well, yeah, they do. They just won't admit to it.
Yeah, they're not necessarily out loud telling us that certain things are banned. We have access to everything, and then you just get yourself in trouble. But they're constantly monitoring anyway.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that they were talking about is that they are going to put in a provision that is requiring the internet operators to restrict users' access if they are found to be distributing illegal content. If they're distributing illegal content, that's one thing. Somebody having access to that illegal content is another thing. So, they're trying to blanket it by saying unlawful content is being blocked, but yet they're also going to be going after those who are distributing it. But what are those people, what are they going to do exactly? Those people who are receiving it. Not distributing it, but receiving it. Are they going to treat it like drugs? Now, everybody who knows anything about a VPN or who's ever used a VPN knows that to an extent it does cut down your internet traffic as well. Meaning that you do receive a better connection to where you're trying to go. Now, there is a gaming VPN out there that is a paid service. You have a free 30 days or 14 days, whatever it is now. But it's a gaming VPN, and I used it. And I'll tell you that my connection to the EU servers for a lot of games that I played, League of Legends, the servers for 7 Days to Die, or not 7 Days to Die, Diablo, the servers for WoW over there in the EU, my lag was so low, my ping was so low, I went from having like 150 ping down to just below 75. So it basically cut it in half. So VPNs do make your system run better for games, so you're going to have a better connection for file transfers. you're all the VPN is doing is just creating a tunnel between you and somebody else. You see in the video that just shows, you go from here to here, and then from there to the website you're going to. So I mean, you're basically blocking off all the other traffic, but it also helps keep people from getting into what you're trying to do by jacking into a website or a web ISP address that you're going through, and then they get all the information that goes right through there. So they end up catching your, say, business transactions. So now they've got a hold of people's social security numbers or their credit card numbers or whatever they got. Using a VPN will stop that to an extent. It's not 100% foolproof, but it is foolproof enough.
I have a classmate slash friend in school that uses a VPN he set up at his house to play WoW at school.
Wow.
Yeah. The school blocks it apparently, so he set up a VPN so he could sit in class and play World of Warcraft when he gets bored.
Now, see, here we go. I found it, what they were talking about. Okay, so the authorities in China have recently taken a stricter stance on VPNs. The government announced that in January, the VPN providers will need to obtain a license to distribute their products.
Yep. Money.
Apple was a company that has an app for a VPN on their phones and on their Macs. They have now a Chinese app store that cuts out anything that has to do with VPNs, just so that they can still sell stuff in China. And they're getting flack over that.
China allows VPNs. China hasn't banned them.
Well, that's the thing, though. They're getting to that point of where they're going to. They've started just recently taking a stricter stance. They're also in January. If you're going to be using a VPN, you have to use a licensed VPN to distribute your product, if that's what it is. So the government's going to get paid for that.
Yeah, I have a friend I went to high school with. He's an engineer. He goes to China for his company every now and then to, I guess, oversee that things are being built right.
Yeah.
And he said he has to use a VPN to get to certain websites back home.
Well, you never know with all the jumps that you have to make to get to where you're going, if you're overseas or even here in the United States. You never know when somebody's gonna hit you. You just don't know. Now, in the UK, the Metropolitan Police there did state that they're encouraging the use of VPNs for accessing public Wi-Fis. That's not too bad. At least somebody is promoting the use of a VPN instead of taking away the use of a VPN. So basically, what is your stance on a VPN, Carter?
I don't use them a whole lot. Never really had a reason to. Never been overseas. I've played with them here and there, things we have to do at school, but I don't use one personally.
I used one, like I said, for gaming. It was specifically a gaming VPN, is all it was. There was nothing malicious of hiding things. It was just a straight shot to your server or a straighter shot to the server in the games that you were playing. I never paid for it. I only used the free version, and I know it did work. It worked very, very well. The paid version, I'm very sure that it works. It's just basically you're buying a license to use the VPN. And I believe it was a monthly subscription for it. And I just couldn't see myself paying for a monthly subscription for something just for half the lag, half of your ping. I just couldn't see the cost effectiveness of it.
Yeah.
Especially with the internet getting the way it is now. A little faster here, a little faster there. You know, things are going a little bit faster now than they were back in the day. I mean, you know, hell, I remember my frickin' 29K or 29.9K modem. I mean, that's way back in the day. That was back when when you had to, for MSN, you had to have dial-up, obviously, and I still have my MSN account from that. In fact, I used to have an Ass on Lips account too, AOL, if anybody doesn't know. But I haven't used that one in forever, and I never will use it, because it's garbage.
I just got my internet up a week or two ago, actually.
What'd you get to?
They have a 100 meg download, and it's still, well, it went from 6 up to 10 up, or 5 up to 10 up.
Okay.
Still not the best, but you know, it's a little higher than what I had before.
We're at 25 up and 300 down right now.
Yeah.
We want to get a business account so that we can receive the 300 up and 300 down. That would be pretty damn awesome. But we haven't gotten there yet. And it's, what was the last time we checked the cost? Was over $300? So it's just over $300 for the 300 up, 300 down.
Damn.
A month. So we have to be doing a lot of business for us to even purchase something like that. Alright, so anybody got any questions on VPNs or VPN Russia, VPN China, VPN America? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, so our next talk, we're going to change over to games. Tech talk is done. We're moving on to games now. Within games, you really don't think of any kind of real astrophysicist or anything of the sort when it comes to gaming. But Neil deGrasse Tyson has created a space game, and it's called Space Odyssey, the video game. I'm going to play the video for it. It's 6.5 minutes, so bear with it. It gives a lot of information, and then we'll start talking about it. And this is a Kickstarter project, so that's actually pretty cool. They now have 7,200 backers, and they have over $357,000 coming to the board for this game. So that's actually pretty cool.
How did we get here? How did it all start? Where is it going? These are questions that restless thinkers have tackled over the millennia. Kepler and Galileo, Copernicus, Isaac Newton.
We choose to go to the moon.
this continuing journey, there's no reason why it has to stop. Allow me to introduce to you all the next generation of exploration that we call the Space Odyssey.
Hi, I'm Mark Murphy, one of the co-creators of Space Odyssey, and we're really excited to bring this gaming experience to you.
What if the games you play could teach you the science of the universe?
I can't make any sense out of this.
What if education could be as exciting as online gaming?
This is like the next level of gaming.
We're trying to get people to think of space as a place to explore and to create their own worlds and turn it into a game.
A game based on real physics, real science.
Space Odyssey is a game that really touches our passion for adventure.
Suppose I gave you the power to make solar systems and to make planets and to make life on those planets.
Part of the fun of Space Odyssey are the missions. These are challenges. They'll allow you to learn, but also to really explore. Whether it's racing lunar buggies, piloting through asteroid fields, mining assets that you can bring to your home planet, as well as the ability to find alien life. There's lots of exciting things that you'll be able to do in Space Odyssey. You'll be able to terraform and grow planets. You'll build your own craft to help you on your exploration. And you'll have robots that you can actually design, grow, and competing against other players. The core gaming experience can be played on your PC, downloadable and played peer-to-peer.
It's a visceral feeling. It's a visual understanding of what it actually is and how it plays. So you keep the passion alive in the student, and that's the goal. That's what I would like to see.
To do that, we're working with some of the world's most amazing collaborators. From world-renowned scientists and astronauts, to legendary writers, the all-star comic creators, top-notch gaming companies.
We brought on board some terrific gaming companies to help realize Neil's vision, including Big Red Button.
Hi, my name is Bob Rafii, and I'm the founder of Big Red Button Entertainment, which is where we find ourselves today. We're so excited to be part of this project with Neil. To see Neil's vision turned into a game is something that we as game developers have always wanted to do. The goal for us is to make sure that we have a solid game experience from day one, where we're coupling PC and VR gameplay. VR is a new paradigm in games that allows us to be inside the game like no other medium. Whether you're 8 or 80, you're able to really have fun discovering this universe. You know, don't tell your kids, but they're definitely going to learn something in the process.
Section Studios, who will be providing the stunning visuals that you'll encounter when you play Space Odyssey.
We have a lot of Neil fans here. Of working with someone as established as Neil, on the space side, and to incorporate what we know and what we do best, which is our creative approach to game development, and kind of tie that in together to give the audience the type of experience making this game with him and making it an amazing, purely very scientific yet aspirational experience.
It struck me as okay, this is lifetime opportunity, once in a lifetime chance. For me as an artist, as a game developer, to be able to really look at space and understand what space is really mean to us at this time of history, and what's possible now, how is it going to be advanced and still remain as challenging for us as human beings in 100 years later.
When I think of movies that I think best relate to the experience of this game, of course, Gravity comes to mind, The Martian, think of even Star Wars. And Space Odyssey, Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to be both your guide and on occasion commander.
Somebody has to draw the maps. Somebody has to see where the danger spots are.
What I think is important about the game is not just the science and educational aspects, but that you will actually learn to explore the cosmos.
It's something that's exceptionally important to us, that we build a game structure that is real at its essence. The possibilities are immense. Every day we discover something new. And that's what we want this game to convey. The real excitement of exploration, and that it's never ending.
There's plenty of fun you can have given the laws of physics that exist.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is the go-to guy to learn about space.
Over time, we'll expand into other platforms, including books, comics, and animated series.
The concept behind it is amazing. I would really like to get behind something like this.
A field trip without even having to leave the classroom.
Exactly, yeah. Something about space that Neil deGrasse Tyson is connected to is a winner. It's going to work.
I think Neil is the best person to take us on that journey. I think that's going to be a wonderful experience.
Love you, Neil.
I would do anything Neil deGrasse Tyson told me to do.
We want to invite you to join us on this next step of our journey, to be part of our community, to help us build an amazing game. We want you to join us on this Space Odyssey.
A little bit more. Yeah. A little bit more voice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay, Murder, I want your opinion.
On the game?
Yeah. What is your thoughts? Just, knowing that somebody of that stature has all of this scientific background of all these people, rocket scientists, astrophysicists, all of these people, and then on top of that, all of these game creators are behind him as well, 100%, in creating this. What is your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Got a couple different thoughts, really. The game itself, okay, the guy who created it, I think it's great that he's doing it. But from a gamer standpoint, personally, I kind of don't like it. After seeing, the explanation and all that stuff of how it's going, it just seems too detailed, too
real,
too space engineers for me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily too real, just too. Like, I got space engineers, tried it out, didn't like it because it's every minute detail, little teeny tiny panel that you have to put on these ships. It's like putting together a giant space erector set with all the little tiny screws and everything. I don't like that. It's too time consuming. I get bored kind of easy. Slight ADD. So if it takes too long to get something done, I get bored with it. It's like, 2 hours later, I'm, still working on the frame or the outline of this ship. It's like, no, that's too much.
Yeah. From what I've seen, and this is my standpoint, I agree with you in both aspects. Now, Neil Tyson, I used to watch his shows, and I haven't watched any of the newer ones yet. But I watched his shows. I watched a lot of science shows, and Searchy could testify. I love my science channel. I love my science shows. My books that have to do with science. Like one book that I really enjoyed a lot was The Theory of Electromagnetic Theory. Or the book was called Electromagnetic Theory, and it was just a book on everything that had to do with it. And how if you use to create a bullet train on electromagnetics, that doing it inside of a vacuum, you actually will attain a more resistance-free form of travel versus if you did not have a vacuum-free environment. So it's harder inside, in the atmosphere itself as we have it. It's harder to move forward versus in a vacuum. It's easier to move forward in a vacuum. I find that kind of stuff very entertaining. And when it comes to all of this, that's all I find very entertaining is science. So I think from that aspect, I would really love the game. As a gamer and who wants to play something, say like Elite Dangerous is a different type of game altogether versus this game here. You could not compare the two.
This game seems more Space Engineers / I don't know if you ever played Spore.
No, I never played Spore. There was just something I couldn't get behind that game.
So he gives you the power to create worlds, to create life. Spore, you started out creating life, and you evolved on your world, and then could travel to other worlds. But I mean, I like the concept. It would be interesting to, hey, I want to create worlds. I want to create a universe. Hey, look, I got life going. That's about it. That's about as far as it goes. Because then if I've got to put way more detail into it, it's like, no, find something else to do. My other thought was I don't like the fact that in the video they talk about, we got all these gaming companies behind, all these big name gaming companies and this and that, and they want to throw out Big Red Button. Yeah. Big Red Button's kind of, some people might not like to hear it. It's kind of dying. It's not really a big gaming company like they made it sound. They've been having some trouble lately.
Yeah, well, and they're mainly only just VR anyway. I haven't seen them do anything in aspects of other than VR. Yeah. Now, in VR, I think this game would be really cool in VR, just for the aspect of, say you have that one system, that one I showed you before that we looked at, that had the 3 panels built into it, or that one screen that was wrapped around. That had if you had that in a VR setting, and you actually had, something to work with in that VR system other than just a pew-pew handgun BS bullshit thingies. You had real controls to work with. I think that would add an aspect to the game that would be pretty damn cool. Creating a universe to create life and to destroy life would be appealing to certain people. It would give them that ability to build something up and then take it away. They get that God complex out, basically. So there are those people who would enjoy something like that. They are using the game engine, the physics engine they're using is called Event Horizon, which is currently, yes, the old game called Black and White. I love that game too. But the Event Horizon is probably one of the most physics-driven engines out there when it comes to games. The physics are, I think, the core feature of that game engine. Or that engine itself, the physics, is not really even a gaming engine. It's a physics engine that's just strictly physics. And they're going to be using that to build this game around, which means that physics is going to be your biggest part of the game. Meaning gravity is going to pull harder on certain planets versus others. So making a slingshot run would actually be something feasible. But what if you're off by a degree or two? Either you're getting sent off into space because you ricochet, or you're getting shot off and into the damn planet and getting pulled in where you can't get back out, and then you crash and burn.
Yeah, we got Kerbal for that.
Kerbal. That's funny shit there.
You ever played it?
I have never played it. I've seen it played, but I've never played it. I don't even own it, so. It's
very cartoony. I did the demo version. It's very cartoony with the little goofy looking alien guys, but the physics, as far as I can tell, because I'm not a physicist, the physics are spot on. I mean, like you've got to have it perfect, or you're not leaving the atmosphere, or you're not going to make orbit. But yeah, it looks really cartoony and childish, but it's actually it's a little difficult.
Cool. Now this is on Kickstarter, by the way, people. And being that it is on Kickstarter, I want to go ahead and get on to it. Should have done that before, but I didn't. That is the link to their Kickstarter page. One of the pledges, one of the lowest pledges, is $29 or more. And that gives you a beta tester and the full game. So that's not too bad for $29 bucks. If you're into this type of thing anyway. Now they do say that as players you'll interact with the first worlds that are created and give feedback to Tyson and the team. And they will then turn around and try to incorporate those suggestions and build the most awesome experience that you will help create. So I think that's good in a way that they're going to listen to people and try their best to incorporate without losing the integrity of the game that they're creating. So you basically are going to get a beta and you're going to get a full game upon completion. Now they're saying estimated delivery time is going to be December of 2018. And they have been working on this since just last year. So they're going to be putting a lot of time and effort into this game. So it's not going to be any kind of a slouch of a game, I hope, when it comes out. I just hope that this isn't another... Yes, No Man's Sky. Thank you, sweetheart. The hype was there, the game was not. Very just disheartening when it comes to games. From a gamer's perspective, I hope that they don't make it as so much detailed into building that it takes away the fun, like you said. But in the same sense, I hope they don't take away a difficulty level to do that. Because difficulty inside of a game does make a game the game. But making it too difficult to where you can't succeed, not so much. Trying to go through some of these to see some of the things that would be once they reach 400,000 in their goal stretch, or stretch goal, whatever they call it, you're going to get his book, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. This is a pledge of $150 or more.
You get his book too?
Oh yeah, you get his book.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And he'll have a handwritten message from him. Plus you'll get 3 concept art prints by Kelly Jones, who did Batman, Swamp Thing, and I forgot what the other 2 were he had done. But anyway, you'll get those as well. And in December of this year is when everything ships out. So you'll get the concept art prints, and you'll get the autographed book with a handwritten message inside of it. Hopefully, it is a handwritten message by him and not by somebody else that he just signed it.
Now, I do like some of the pictures that they have for the game. It looks really good if they can bring those drawings into the actual game.
Yes. As far as some of the artwork that they do have, I'm really, really, really hoping that this artwork stays throughout the whole thing. Also, with $150 or more, you also get a special holographic character helmet. So, in-game, I guess, there's a holographic character helmet that you'll receive as well inside the game. I think that'd be kind of cool. A holographic helmet. Let's see here. Oh, this is actually kind of a funny one. I heard about this. I did not see this. I like Superman to an extent. In fact, I had the broken Superman emblem put on my chest right here. And Action Comics and Neil deGrasse Tyson got together and they paired Superman up with Neil Tyson to find his way to Krypton in one of the comics, and it'll be autographed by him as well. That's the $175 or more one. And there's a limited amount on that. I don't see what they say that the limit is, but right now there's 84 backers on that particular deal. So this is, I mean, a lot of the stuff that they have in here, $350 or more, you will be able to design your own suit in-game. And it will be used as a skin option for any player to use. So you basically are going to work with a design team, create a suit, and then it put into the game that people can use as a skin.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be really damn cool, I think. Let's see. $500 or more, you get in-game item named for you. Basically, an item in the game will have your namesake on it. So, you know, you could have the solar system of murder and spree or something, you know, who knows. Plus you get a private early VIP beta launch download of the game. So you even get into the beta before the beta even comes out. Imagine that shit. You could design your own ship in game, and you design your ship design will be added to the armada. So you'll get depending on the armadas and stuff like that, depends on the game set situations. That's not too bad. So you get to design your own ship, Murder. You won't have to build
it. Good. Kind of lazy.
Yeah, right. At $2,500 or more, you'll receive original signed concept art. That's got to be pretty damn cool. Means that, you know, nobody else will get that particular piece of concept art. You'll have it for yourself. Rob Pryor has paintings that you'll receive at 10,000 or more. Oh no, it's no longer even. There's one backer who pledged $10,000, and he will receive the actual painting for the game, which means there's only one in existence. that will be signed by Rob Pryor, who is the official artist of Star Wars and Games of Thrones. And it is the one that was painted on stage at the 2016 Comic-Con International during the Creating Universes panel, which was headlined by Dr. Tyson. And the funding period is over, apparently. June 13th, 2017 to July 29th, 2017. But did they make their mark? Here's a part of that painting right there that he painted at Comic-Con. Be kind of weird having that over your bed, though, wouldn't
it? Yeah.
Wake up every morning with somebody going like this over you. Bad enough, you know, you got the wife standing over you with a frying pan. Need that too. I got Searchy looking at me. I feel her eyeballs. Let's see. Okay, so their mission statement. Let me go ahead. You don't need to bring up your past wives. So anyway, their mission statement is to engage and connect people of all ages to appreciate the wonders of the universe and the possibilities of science to create a better future for all. This is done via entertaining and immersive experiences that allow for exploration, problem solving, and availing our human senses. That's pretty cool. At least for me, anyway. I think when it comes to games, this is going to be a pretty decent game, but it won't be for everybody. I think you can agree for that.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, from what I understand, they did reach their mark when they reached 357,000. So, that being said, once they start putting out more on the game, or where their mile markers are, I will start posting those as well once they come out. Just like with the, what was that game last week we did? 2 of them. I can't remember the name of the damn games last week. Dead Matter. Thank you, sweetheart. Dead Matter. You know, I haven't seen anything updated just yet on Dead Matter, but I mean, let's do it real quick. I'm gonna find Dead Matter, and then let's see where they're at. Okay, so they're at $152,140. It just went up just another couple of dollars there. So $152,140. So they've gone up since last week. So they've reached the 150,000 mark, which I believe is still shy of the 160 that they needed for the other one.
Yeah. 160 or 165?
Oh wait, hold on. 140,000 was what they needed for the interactive AI settlement and factions.
Yeah, they hit it.
And then, yeah, they did. They hit it. They didn't hit it as of last week when we did the thing. They were still just shy of that. So they've reached it just after we did our show. And now they're at radio and radio stations at 160,000.
Nice.
So that in itself means that they're here. The final word of stations of the past, classical tunes, emergency broadcasts, and hijacked airwaves will be yours to hear, control, and follow. Play with new vehicles like the OB vans, contact your friends with new tools like a pocket or ham radios, and explore and conquer the old radio stations at your leisure. That's going to be kind of cool, I think, running with some ham radios. At 179,000, they have modular gear, new weapons, and enhanced Twitch support. Player-made structures at 219,000. Ooh. So you can go from doing whatever you need to in the houses to set the houses up to actually building your own place.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's at 219,000 US. It's 275,000 Canadian. So they're working on it. I think this is going to be a good project. Like I said, you know, yeah. So, like we said last week, that $36 US dollars, was it? No, it wasn't. It's $40 US dollars. You get 2 stream keys and 2 Steam keys for Dead Matter, and then you get 2 closed alpha accesses for $40. I still think that's a good deal.
Oh yeah. That's the best one on a budget, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to try to budget into that myself. So if we budget into it, I can get Searchy into it. Give her a copy of the game. We can have her running around. She can play, you know, she can be the cannon fodder. I love you, sweetie. She knows better. I would never use her as cannon fodder. She does that on her own. Don't look at me like that. You were the one that was running around inside the zombies earlier. And I had to go back and save you guys. So anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them in. If you don't, then we will be seeing you guys next week.
I have one more I want to throw in here.
You do that.
Since we only really had one game to talk about. And you left off with a space game.
Yep.
You like space games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. You like PvP, killing other people?
Yeah.
Well, here is a PvP spaceship game. It's actually really neat. It's on PC and PS4. Open beta testing right now. Not sure if they're going to charge for it after it comes out or not, but right now it's free to to beta test.
Okay. There it is. Oh, Dreadnought. I have that game.
Yes, it is fun. It was a little bit difficult on the PS4 as far as controls. I like the control on the PC better. It just seems like you have a little more control on the PC. But yeah, I played quite a bit of it a couple days ago. It's actually a lot of fun if you like spaceships and you like PvP. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I played it. I downloaded it. It wasn't bad. I just kind of found it really repetitive myself when I started playing it, and that was a while back ago. Like I said, I played in the open beta for the PC when they were releasing open betas for that.
Oh, it's still in open beta.
Okay, well, yeah, I haven't played it since. Like I said, I played it for probably about 10 hours total, and it just kind of got a little repetitive. But it wasn't bad, it's just too repetitive for me. I didn't find any differences because it seemed like everybody was using the same ships. Even though I was trying to use like a healing ship versus, the long-range firing ships, or your range DPS, you got your up-close DPS, you got your tank ships. I tried using them all, but it seemed like everybody was just using that same damn ship. Everybody was using it because at the time it was the OP ship, which was that big gigantic one that if you paid for the open beta, you got to get this extra ship with it or something. So I didn't find it too bad, but I mean, there are certain games that aren't for everybody though. Decent. No, I don't want that button. I want this button. Okay. So, we got lurkers in our channel. One of them already said something once, but we got lurkers in our channel. So anyway, if nobody has anything they want to put out there about any of these games or anything of the sort, and by the way, that link that he gave takes you to the main page. They just happen to say that it's PS4 there, but they do have open beta for both PC and the others as well. Oh yes, lurkers are allowed. I never said they weren't.
Yeah, on the top left of that website, you can click which one, and it'll take you to that one.
Yeah, that's how it took me a while to figure that out, because when I clicked on the link when I originally found the game, when I clicked on the link, it brought me to the PS4 page. I'm like, well, I don't have a PS4. What the hell do I want to play this game for? And then I found there was a drop down, and you could choose PC version and give you the download for your PC. So, oh, what the hell ever. There's nothing great about me. It's all murder. It's his persona. It's his machismo. His machismo gets out there and just makes everybody not want to talk.
My cheesy what?
Your cheesy mole.
I don't have a cheesy. Hey, now that's nobody's supposed to know about that. Those were private pictures, damn it.
I didn't show the pictures.
Weren't supposed to talk about it.
Is it like Fight Club?
Yeah.
You start touching it, it turns into a Fight Club. Leave my cheesy mole alone.
I don't know, it depends. If you look good, might not be much of a fight.
Oh, shit. Okay, peeps. Oh, I'm stretching, sorry. Alright, so anyway, if nobody has anything else, I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. If you guys have comments, questions, or anything you want to reach us, you can reach us through either Twitch or you can reach us through Facebook. Yeah, our forum page, I still haven't finished that one yet. I'm still trying to get that to work right so that everybody can customize their pages. Right now it's just set with one little background and everything blue and light blue, and I want to make it so everybody can customize their pages for themselves as well. The community page is up, isn't it? You don't like the background color on the community page? Too green? Okay. So anyway, community page is up, and that's cnggaming.com. You guys can go to the community page, check out Murder's channel. You can check out my channel, Searchy's channel, this channel here, Searchy and Grim Gaming. You guys can message us through the page, I believe. You've got to contact us on the page, right? I think it goes to mine. So, I believe you can contact us through there if you want to as well. If you got nothing else, Murder?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. Well, don't forget to come and check out each of our Twitch channels. If you want to put yours out there, Murder, just put your Twitch channel on there for me, if you would, please. And then we've had ours kind of just going up there as well. Ha ha ha! Love it. That's his Twitch. Kind of like his Tourette's. But anyway, come check us out on each of our pages. Hit those follow buttons on each one. And if you guys want to subscribe to our channels, go right ahead. You can subscribe to mine, or you can subscribe to Murder's. Murder has his on your front of your page as well, right? The little game with button. And you have the subscription button now on Twitch.
Yes.
So, I have one for Game Wisp, and I have my subscription button now for Twitch as well. And eventually, this channel, we already have our affiliates, we just need to set everything up, and we'll have a subscription on ours as well. So if you want to come over and subscribe to this channel, you can do that as well. But we thank everybody for stopping by. Really do appreciate those that stayed to the end. Much appreciated. And it's like I always say, peeps, friends don't let friends game alone. Peace.